Bonnie, I came across this video and we got to react to it. It's talking about Donnie McClurkin. Now, you know, Donnie McClurkin, she is DL, okay? Because he's not out here living his truth. He's down low. And there's nothing wrong with being down low. You know, everybody is created differently. So they are saying something going on. So I'm thinking maybe he's been with those boys in the church like T.D. Jakes, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of those down low men in the church that get down with the young ones, you know? They want a version. So I don't know, but let's watch this video and let's see what's going on with Donnie McClurkin. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here. And I just want to say thank you all for the likes and the shares and the subscriptions. It goes a long way, and I really appreciate it. Let's roll that clip.
With any of the stigmas that I had, Lord, keep me from crying.
Thank you,
My
Jesus.
children don't have to grow up with any of the struggles that I've had.
Yes,
My
Lord.
children are free
Yes,
and they are
Lord.
secured from the temptations
Lord. Yes.
that tempted me out of the way.
Yes.
Donnie McClurkin was once known as one of gospel music's most powerful voices, inspiring millions with songs about faith, healing, and hope. But now, shocking headlines about Pastor Donnie McClurkin, lawsuits, controversies, and painful accusations have left many fans heartbroken and confused. From his painful childhood struggles to his rise as a gospel legend, his journey has been filled with both miracles and serious problems. As new claims continue to surface, people everywhere are asking the same question. Is this truly the final chapter for Pastor Donnie McClurkin, or is there still another side to the story? Join us to find out. From pain to purpose. Donnie McClurkin was born in Copiague, and his early life was filled with deep pain, heartbreaking loss, and many difficult moments. Even as a young child, he faced struggles that could have completely broken his spirit. But through every hard season, he slowly found comfort, strength, and hope through faith and music. When Donnie was only 8 years old, tragedy struck his family in a terrible way. His little brother, who was just 2 years old, was hit and killed by a speeding driver. The loss shook the entire family and brought sadness into their home. Everything changed after that painful moment. The grief created tension and emotional struggles that affected everyone around him. Not long after losing his brother, Donnie went through even more pain. During his childhood, he became a victim of abuse by his great-uncle. Years later, he also suffered abuse from his great-uncle's son. These experiences left deep emotional wounds and made his early years very difficult. While dealing with all this pain, his family continued to face more problems. 2 of his sisters struggled with substance abuse, adding even more sadness and stress to their home life. In the middle of all the confusion and heartbreak, Donnie searched for peace wherever he could find it. One place that gave him comfort was church. Inside the church, he found a safe space where music, prayer, and faith helped calm his heart. He was also encouraged by one of his aunts, who sang background vocals for gospel musician Andre Crouch. Watching her involvement in gospel music inspired him deeply and helped him grow closer to music himself. As he entered his teenage years, Donnie's love for singing became stronger. He formed a group called the McClurkin Singers, and it became an important step in his musical journey. Not long after that, he created the New York Restoration Choir. The choir began making recordings as early as the 1970s, and Donnie slowly started building a name for himself in gospel music. His passion, strong voice, and emotional performances touched many people. Before beginning his solo career, Donnie released 3 albums with the New York Restoration Choir. His music carried real emotion because it came from personal pain, faith, and experience. People could hear honesty and hope in every song he sang. In the late 1980s, another major chapter of his life began. He was hired as an associate minister at Perfecting Church by Marvin Winans in Detroit. Donnie worked closely with Marvin Winans for more than 10 years and learned many important lessons about ministry, leadership, and faith during that time. Then, in the early 1990s, Donnie faced another frightening challenge. He began experiencing sharp pain, swelling, and internal bleeding. Doctors later diagnosed him with leukemia. The situation was serious, and doctors recommended immediate treatment. but Donnie chose to hold strongly to the faith he had preached for years. At 31 years old, he believed deeply in trusting God during difficult times. Years later, his journey continued to inspire many people around the world. In the early 2000s, Marvin Winans officially ordained him and sent him out to establish Perfecting Faith Church in Freeport, where he became senior pastor. But what was his family like? Did they take after him in his righteous path? Stay with us. Quiet love story. Donnie McClurkin has spent many years in the public eye through his music and ministry, but when it comes to his personal life, he has always remained very private. In the year 2016, reports began spreading that Donnie was dating Nicole C. Mullen, a well-known gospel singer loved by many fans. Their relationship quickly became a topic of discussion among gospel music listeners. Many people were happy to see the two singers together because they both shared strong faith, love for music, and similar life experiences. That same year, Donnie and Nicole appeared together on Praise the Lord, a faith-based discussion program shown on Trinity Broadcasting Network. The show was hosted by A.R. Bernard, and viewers enjoyed seeing the pair together during the interview. Their appearance created even more excitement, and many people believed wedding plans were already taking place. Soon after, stories about their marriage started spreading publicly. However, Nicole later spoke about the situation on social media and explained that although they were together, they were not married. Her message helped clear up many of the rumors that had been circulating online. As time passed, the relationship eventually came to an end. In the year 2021, Donnie spoke openly during an appearance on Unsung on TV1. During the interview, he explained that he had never been in a long-term relationship with Nicole. His statement surprised many fans because people had followed their relationship closely for years. Even though his romantic life has remained mostly private, Donnie's role as a father has also been an important part of his journey. He has two children who hold a special place in his heart. One of them is his biological son, Matthew McClurkin, who was born in the year 2000. Becoming a father brought a new sense of responsibility and joy into his life. Not long after his son was born, Donnie made another loving decision that touched many people deeply. He adopted a young girl named Michelle when she was 9 years old. She became part of his family only 1 year after Matthew was born. His decision to open his heart and home showed a caring and compassionate side of him that many people admired. Donnie McClurkin's music journey. Donnie McClurkin built one of the most respected careers in gospel music through passion, faith, and powerful songs that touched hearts around the world. His journey in music became a story of hope, healing, and inspiration for millions of listeners who connected deeply with his voice and message. A major turning point in Donnie's career came during the 1990s when a friendship with a Warner Alliance executive opened a new door for him. That connection helped him sign with the label for his self-titled album, released in the year 1996. The project introduced many people to his emotional style of gospel music and quickly gained attention across churches, radio stations, and gospel communities. The album featured producers such as Bill Maxwell, Mark Kibble of Take Six, Cedric Caldwell, Victor Caldwell, and Andre Crouch. One of the album's most unforgettable songs was Stand. The song became extremely popular and inspired many people going through hard times. Its message of staying strong during difficult moments touched listeners everywhere. The album became even more successful after being praised publicly by Oprah Winfrey. Soon after, the project earned gold certification, proving how deeply people connected with his music. As Donnie's popularity continued growing, he released more successful music that kept climbing the charts. Songs like We Fall Down became gospel classics and received heavy radio play on both gospel and urban stations. His powerful voice, emotional delivery, and honest lyrics helped him stand out in the gospel music world. At the Grammy Awards, Donnie won the award for Best Traditional Soul Gospel Album for Psalms, Hymns, and Spiritual Songs. The achievement became another proud moment in his career, and showed how respected he had become in the music industry. Following the huge success of Live in London and More, which nearly reached double platinum status, Donnie released more projects that continued topping the charts. These included psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs in the mid-2000s and We All Are One, Live in Detroit, a few years later. Both albums became favorites among gospel music fans and performed strongly on Billboard charts across different music categories. In the year 2014, Donnie released Duets, a special collaborative album featuring artists such as Erica Campbell, Tina Campbell, Fred Hammond, John P. Key, Dorinda Clark Cole, Tramaine Hawkins, Israel Houghton, and Ty Tribbett. The album performed very well and introduced fresh collaborations to his listeners. 2 years later, he released The Journey, which debuted at #1 on the Billboard Top Gospel Albums chart. The album included live performances of beloved songs like Speak to My Heart, Great Is Your Mercy, and Stand. Fans loved hearing these powerful classics performed once again. In the late 2010s, Donnie released A Different Song, which also achieved strong chart success. Then, in the year 2025, he released the single Better Afterwhile. The song reached the top 10 on the Billboard Hot Gospel Songs chart and led the Gospel Airplay chart. Recorded live at Trinity Broadcasting Network studios, the song blended traditional gospel sounds with modern worship influences. After the success of the single, Donnie announced that it would lead into his final studio album titled Finally. The project marked his first full album since the late 2010s. One thing that always made Donnie special was his love for people from different cultures. During many live performances, he included language medleys featuring Japanese, Russian, Spanish, and Dutch. His goal was to share gospel music with people across the world and make everyone feel included. In the year 2025, Donnie publicly announced his departure from the music industry so he could focus more on ministry. Even though he stepped away from recording music, his songs, voice, and message continue to inspire millions of people everywhere. The music might have touched the world, but not as much as the miracles. Stick around. The miracles that kept Donnie McClurkin alive. Donnie McClurkin has faced many painful and frightening moments throughout his life, but time after time, he has survived situations that many people believed could have ended very differently. Through every struggle, he continued to speak about faith, prayer, and the power of God, inspiring millions around the world. One of the most shocking moments in his life happened in the year 2018. Donnie was involved in a terrible road accident after suddenly losing consciousness while driving. The situation became very serious and frightening within moments. Many people feared the worst when news about the accident began spreading online. Thankfully, Donnie survived the crash. Even though the accident was very dangerous, his life was spared. For him, surviving that terrible moment became another powerful reminder of God's protection over his life. Fans across the world were deeply emotional after hearing the news. Thousands of people flooded his social media pages with prayers, kind messages, love, and support. Family members, close friends, church members, and gospel music listeners all came together hoping for his recovery and safety. The accident was not the first major health battle Donnie had survived. Years earlier, he had also faced leukemia after suffering from pain, swelling, and internal bleeding. Doctors strongly advised immediate treatment because the condition was serious. During that difficult season, Donnie leaned heavily on his faith and continued believing that God would carry him through the storm. His recovery later became one of the biggest testimonies of his life and encouraged many people facing sickness and fear. Throughout his ministry, many people have also spoken about the emotional healing they experienced through his music and preaching. His songs have comforted broken families, lifted people out of depression, and given hope to those going through painful seasons. Many listeners connected deeply with his voice because they knew his music came from real pain, real struggles, and real faith. Inside churches and gospel gatherings, Countless people have shared stories about how his messages helped restore their faith during difficult moments. Others found peace while listening to his worship songs during sickness, grief, and personal battles. For many supporters, Donnie's life itself became a testimony of survival, healing, and grace. But being a musician brings a lot of controversies, and Donnie wasn't left out. Let's dive in. The painful controversies. Donnie McClurkin has spent many years inspiring people through gospel music, powerful sermons, and emotional testimonies. But behind the success, his life has also been surrounded by painful struggles, criticism, and serious controversies that brought heavy public attention. One of the most discussed parts of Donnie's personal journey began in the early 2000s. During an interview with a Christian website in the year 2002, he spoke openly about his past struggles connected to homosexuality. Donnie explained that he believed the painful abuse he experienced as a child, along with early exposure to explicit material, deeply affected his emotional development and personal struggles while growing up. According to Donnie, those painful childhood experiences created confusion and emotional wounds that stayed with him for many years. He shared that he later turned to faith, prayer, and spiritual guidance as he tried to change his life. His statements quickly became a major topic of discussion inside both religious and public communities. Some people supported him and admired his honesty, while others strongly criticized his views and beliefs. As his popularity continued growing, the controversy surrounding his comments followed him everywhere. In the year 2008, his name appeared as one of the performers connected to the presidential campaign of Barack Obama. However, public backlash soon began because many people disagreed with Donnie's statements about homosexuality. The criticism became so intense that he was eventually removed from the official performance roster connected to the campaign events. Even so, he still appeared at one of the concerts during that period. The situation created strong debates across television, newspapers, churches, and online discussions. Some people believed his religious views should be respected, while others felt his opinions were hurtful and divisive. Years later, another major controversy appeared in the year 2013. Donnie had originally been invited to participate in the 50th anniversary celebration of the historic March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. But after criticism from activists and organizers, he was later disinvited from the event because his public image and past comments were viewed as controversial. The debates continued again in the middle of the 2010s when the United States Supreme Court legalized same-sex marriage nationwide. Donnie publicly spoke against the decision, staying firm in his religious beliefs. Once again, his comments divided public opinion. Supporters praised him for standing by his faith, while critics accused him of attacking the LGBTQ community. Despite the controversies, Donnie continued focusing on music, ministry, and family. He is the father of a son named Matthew, who was born in the year 2000. He is also related to Marsha McClurkin, who was part of the group Abstract. However, in the year 2026, Donnie faced one of the most serious public challenges of his life. A former personal assistant named Giuseppe Corletto filed a lawsuit against him in Manhattan Supreme Court. According to the lawsuit, Corletto met Donnie in the early 2000s after reading his autobiography, where Donnie discussed his personal struggles and spiritual journey. The lawsuit claimed that Corletto later became Donnie's assistant and worked closely with him for many years. Serious allegations of violation assault, violation battery, and inappropriate behavior were included in the legal complaint. The accusations stated that incidents allegedly took place during private spiritual counseling sessions, church-related settings, and work trips over several years. The lawsuit also mentioned an alleged email in which Donnie reportedly apologized for his actions. These claims quickly spread across news outlets and social media, creating another wave of public attention and controversy around the gospel singer. Donnie's legal team strongly denied every accusation. His attorney publicly described the allegations as completely false and stated that Donnie never engaged in violation, abuse, assault, or coercion. The defense argued that the claims misrepresented the relationship and interactions between both men over the years. The case brought intense public discussion because of Donnie's role as both a gospel artist and church leader. Many supporters defended him and waited for legal facts to emerge, while others expressed disappointment and concern over the accusations. The controversy became one of the most difficult moments of his public life. Life of purpose. Donnie McClurkin built a long and successful career through gospel music, ministry, and years of dedication to helping others. Over time, his hard work and influence helped him earn both financial success and deep respect in the gospel world. According to recent estimates, Donnie McClurkin's net worth is believed to be around $5 million. His earnings came from many different areas connected to his music and ministry career. One major source of income has been album sales. Throughout the years, several of his gospel albums performed strongly on the charts and became favorites among listeners around the world. Songs like Stand and We Fall Down helped make him one of the most recognized voices in gospel music. These songs remained popular for many years and continued reaching new listeners through churches, concerts, radio stations, and streaming platforms. Another important source of income came from his live performances. Donnie traveled to many cities and countries, performing before large audiences who connected deeply with his emotional worship style and powerful stage presence. His concerts often brought together people from different backgrounds who found comfort, healing, and hope through his music. Beyond music, Donnie also earned income through his work as senior pastor of Perfecting Faith Church in Freeport. His role in ministry became a central part of his life, and many people admired the balance he maintained between music and spiritual leadership. Despite financial success, Donnie McClurkin became known for maintaining a modest lifestyle focused more on faith, ministry, and helping others than material wealth. Supporters admired his involvement in mentorship and charitable efforts, especially his encouragement of young gospel artists. Many people also connected with him because of his honesty about personal struggles, including painful childhood experiences, emotional challenges, and health issues. Through music, preaching, and interviews, he consistently shared messages of healing, forgiveness, faith, and redemption. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe